that talk too much can't keep secrets. Do you agree with me? People that talk too much, they can't keep secrets. Like people that are talkatives, right? Both men, women, like people that are talkatives, they can't keep secrets. Whenever they get into long discussions, they will always chip that thing in. Like somehow that thing will always come out from their mouth.
Guys, talking too much will make you say things you're not meant to say. Like sometimes it is not about talking too much. Sometimes you just say little and then keep quiet. Sometimes you know why little. A fool is not considered a fool until he opens his mouth to talk. Yes, most times when you get into long discussions, you end up saying things you're not supposed to say. Like you end up spilling the beans. That is why, as far as I'm concerned, it's not advisable that you have such long discussions, especially with someone you're hiding something from, because you will not know, like somehow, somewhere, you're just going to chip in that thing you're hiding from that person, and before you know it, you spilled the beans. Like sometimes it's advisable that you're careful. Like when you're talking too much, when you're in a discussion that's going to take a very long time, you be very careful. You keep yourself on a coded manner, because you might just end up saying things that you're not expected to say, things that you do not want to say, things that you're actually keeping from that person. And that is why you keep hearing the best answer for a fool is silence. Do you know why? Because if you were to answer that fool, if you were to answer that person that you're referring to as a fool, before you know it, the discussion will start getting longer. Before you know, things you do not want to come out in a public will start coming out. Let's take, for instance, two people are fighting, right? When those two people are fighting, let's take, for instance, those two persons are best friends. See, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to know more about yourself, fight with your best friend. Yes, fight with your best friend. That is when you hear things that you have never even realized about yourself. Like when you're insulting each other, right? By the time she starts saying what is in her mind, or he starts saying what is in his mind, that is when you know the kind of person you really are. That is why I say talking too much, that, best answer for a fool is silence, right? Not all times, but at least sometimes. There are some times that you have to just keep that person quiet, because if you talk, right, people will get to know what they are not supposed to know. That is the problem that's the issue with this kind of long discussions, having very long discussions. People will get to know what they are not supposed to know. But by the time the person talk 2, you do not talk. Talk 3, you do not talk. The person be wondering, what is doing this one? Conversations or even arguments or quarrels is actually good when you talk. When you insult this person, the person insults you back. When you talk, the person talk. It will be going well. But when the person is talking, you're not talking. You're just giving the person this kind. You're giving the person levels. Like the person will be wondering, what's going on? Why is she not talking? The person will get tired because you're not responding to that person. That is just how it is. Sometimes you have to code. You have to keep yourself in a very coded manner. There are times you don't have to talk too much. There are times where you just have to say, let's say, just few words, and then you keep quiet. Few words and keep quiet. That is why they talk, say, people wey get money, they know they talk too much. Because when you talk too much, you get to expose yourself, you get to spill the beans. Some places you go to, right, you have to keep quiet. You just say a little, laugh, and then keep quiet, so that they no gonna say you be mumu. Yes, so that you will not notice that nothing really did. Because there's a way you be talking in the midst of people, and people, you think in your mind is that, I know what I'm saying and all that. You know that people are looking at you like, this kind, where did this one come from? As in, but there's a way you keep quiet, like you just say just few words, people will see you as, like there's a way they'll be looking at you, there's a way they'll picture you in their mind. They'll be looking at you as this guy, hey, this guy is a big man. You feel don't really get that kind of money, but the way they'll respect you, because why? You're a man of few words. That is why I say getting into long conversations, right? Especially with someone you're hiding something from, you just end up spilling the beans, because there is no way that topic will not chip in. You end up chipping it in, and before you know it, it's too late. Like, there are things you're not meant to say. There are places that you're not meant to talk too much. There are places that you're meant to, just say few things and then keep quiet. Guys, if you agree with me, don't forget to like, share, and comment. If you agree with me, type yes in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more.